What's going on, everybody? This is Chris Classic, doing a car vlog on the way to work, starting the work week. God is good. This is another day to just give Him thanks and give Him reverence. Through ups, downs, trials, and tribulations, God got us. God have our back. I'm praying for people's healing. I'm praying for people's discernment and understanding of the Word. If you haven't heard it today or won't hear it today, remember that I love you, God loves you, and Christ loves you. Don't listen to what people say about the negative things. We do go through them tough times. I'm not even gonna lie to you. And sometimes it's hard to see it and understand it, but sometimes it's not even for us to understand. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, the Take Home Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to my other channel, C3 Ultimate Wrestling. That's me and my wife's professional wrestling company. We've been dropping our matches from our biggest show, 10 the show of our shows. We only got a few more things to show, and I'm excited. This may make people upset. Some people may agree, but I'll say it. I didn't really enjoy Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega. They had me at the first half. I'm not gonna lie. But I think it just got worse the longer it went. For me. Like I said, some people gonna agree, some are gonna disagree. I thought that they did great at first, the build up and stuff, and even how one started bleeding. Kenny bled first, then Will Ospreay bled first. Shout out to Heels for Life, shout out to Chris for the show, by the way. Just want to say that as well. Shout out to everything y'all do and subscribe to them as well. But it was like, all right, cool. All right, y'all heating up. Y'all heating up. And then Don Callis got involved. I was okay with that. And Will stabbed Kenny. Kenny was selling it very well. Was like, dang, like what's going on? Then Ospreay hit his move. And then I thought this was it. That's where they should have ended the match for me. That's where they should have ended it. That Ospreay winning it that way. Kenny puts his foot on the ropes. So I'm like, oh, okay. I was still a little intrigued, though. I was like, okay, well, what are they going to do now? And they did everything that I don't be liking. You know what I'm saying? So it was just, all right, move after move. No selling, no selling, no selling. Look, and I understand a lot of people who watch New Japan and stuff like that. That's the thing, and that's like the culture that some of these guys do, to the point to even that it comes all the way over here, you know, with Hulk hulking up and even Sting no selling and stuff like that. Like, I understand, but golly, how many times do we have to see this? So it was all right, man. The stabbing the man in the face, in the forehead, and hitting him in the back of the head with your either elbow or wrist, that wasn't enough. All right, so then the finish fest, and then people kicking out and reversing and stuff like that. It started going back into the matches that I'm not a big fan of. But I do understand this is what some people were paid to see. This is what people wanted to see, and they expected it. But I'm like, man, they gave you everything in this match. And a lot of people was like, oh, well, they got to have a third match. No, they don't. They don't need a third match. Let me tell you, they don't need a third match. Like, that's it. They don't need nothing else. Now, next time it's going to be a hoedown or showdown, whatever it's called. They're going to have to draw and shoot each other or hit each other with a car. They're going to have to do something, man, because it's just like, I'm not even saying that as the point of them topping this match. I did enjoy their first match a little bit more than this, only because it got longer. Didn't have to be that long with all of that extra stuff. And I understand New Japan matches and all that stuff, they be going an hour 30. I saw Omega and Okada, one of the matches, and I was like, and I wanted to watch another. I wanted to watch one again, but then I looked at the time and I was like, man, look, man, this ain't gonna work. I did feel like the longer it went, it just went, you know, they could have, if they were going to do this long match, which a lot of people were going to assume they were going to do it, they could have probably placed a lot of stuff more. I do think that Ospreay stabbing Kenny with the screwdriver or whatever like that, that should have been like the finish or leading up to the finish. Instead of, okay, no selling, this and that, I hit you with your own move. I kicked out of my own move, a move that I believe nobody kicked out, or did Paige kick out of it? I don't remember. But going back into it, it just went too long, man. I mean, I don't want to, it's not even that. It's just, you can have an hour match. Like we just saw MJF and Bryan Danielson do a perfect match, right? For an hour. Didn't and I've heard that Cole and MJF done a great job. Was it an hour, 30 minute? One of those. Like, things are placement. Things are if you place it right, it makes sense. This is what a lot of the older guys get mad at, and I understand. They were like, "Oh, okay, well, dang, if this didn't take him out and all this other stuff didn't take him out, then what is going to take him out and stuff like that?" You know, it's my opinion. Like, Forbidden Door as a whole, uh, it was predictable. So I don't want to hear nobody saying, "Oh, WWE's always predictable. WWE have predictable shows," and so I'm like, "Hey, AEW be predictable too." If I was a betting man, I probably would have won some money. I ain't gonna lie to you. I probably would have been 100% on every match. And it was to the point it was just like I just wanted to see two matches, and it was this one because I'm not gonna lie, it was somewhat of an investment because of the match they had in January. Then I did want to see Okada and Bryan Danielson. Now, I do hope and pray Danielson gets a speedy recovery because he broke his arm. And, I did feel like the match was a little cut short because of that. But, if you hurt, you hurt, man. And, forget all that, "Oh, I'm a tough man" stuff. You don't want to mess your stuff up because, he did wrestle. They said he messed his arm up in, 10 minutes into the match, and he still went. But, hey, like I said, I do think that they're going to rematch. Now, that's one I am looking forward to because I did like it. But going back into Kenny and Ospreay, I was just like, oh my God. Cornette is going to have a field day. But I did want to give my thoughts. Like I said, it was good. It was getting good. I enjoyed it all the way up until Kenny put his foot on the ropes. Because I was like, oh, okay, well, what's they going to do? Like, I was intrigued. I wanted to see. And then it just went into Finisher Fest, just like the same stuff. And people call it indie-rific. I'm going to do a video about that too. But it was just like, oh my goodness, like, all right, what's next? I know the crowd like it. I know a lot of people like it. A lot of people on Facebook, they enjoyed it and things like that. And if you had, cool. I'm not here to say you were wrong or whatever like that. But like I said, this is just my opinion. They don't need no more rematches. That's it. Like, whatever Kenny gonna do, let Kenny do. Whatever Will do, let Will do. Y'all call them the best wrestlers in the world. If that's what y'all call the best match in the world, that's on you. That's fine. But for me, it wasn't hitting. What do you guys think? Did you like the match? Did you enjoy it? Could they have done something better? Could they have taken something out? Let me know. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today at 5 o'clock, I interview Marcelo Spade, who is our new urban culture champion at C3 Ultimate Wrestling, 5 o'clock Central Time. So make sure you guys pay attention to that. This is Chris Classic. Let's take it home.